The man actually intended to walk a tightrope between the twin towers. With a solemn expression, he stared straight ahead and took cautious steps forward. To the onlooking crowd, he seemed as tiny as an ant. After passing the first buckle, he found his rhythm and wore a smile, gazing expectantly at the opposite building as he advanced slowly and steadily. When he stepped onto the low wall of the building, he successfully realized his dream. Everyone cheered for the small yet great man. He sat on the edge of the building, looked back the way he had come, and savored the deepest sense of fulfillment in his life. Suddenly, he seemed to recall something. In the midst of everyone's astonished stares, he returned to the tightrope. Even though his wound reopened, he knelt on one knee in the middle of the wire, paying tribute to the tightrope, to the World Trade Center Twin Towers, to all the spectators, and to himself on the wire. More and more passers-by were drawn to him, but as he prepared to return, two police officers approached. Fearless while walking the tightrope, he smiled at the officers before him. Just as he reached the other side, he suddenly turned and went back to the middle. He looked down at the ground, knelt on the balance pole, spread his arms, and felt an unprecedented peace. At that moment, he seemed to merge with the tightrope, pacing back and forth with light, dance-like steps to perform for the police officers. Confidently showcasing his stunts, he crossed his arms, stood on one foot on the wire, then sat on the slender rope and even leaned back to lie down at an altitude of 541 meters. In that instant, the sky was his eyes, and the clouds sang for him. When a white dove suddenly appeared, he realized it was time to end this magnificent performance. But as he made his way back, a patrol plane in the sky disrupted his rhythm. His injured foot even stained the sky-high wire with blood. Using his strong willpower, he adjusted his pace, carried the balance pole with one hand, and marched resolutely toward the building. However, with 3 steps left, his legs trembled uncontrollably, as if he had lost balance, but it turned out to be a little joke. He stood up, threw the balance pole to the police, and then climbed the building to take a bow for his performance. Although he was arrested, everyone was stunned by his dreamlike performance. Since no actual harm was caused, the judge sentenced him to give free performances for children in parks, a task he was happy to undertake. Moreover, the building's directors not only gave him an unlimited pass but also allowed him to write his name at the tightrope's starting point, a name that would never fade.